Senran Kagura Burst Guren no Shoujotachi.
I promised you boobies by the end of the month, and you will get boobies. Good afternoon everyone, Briareos Karensky here for reviewing Senran Kagura Burst. You probably already know it, but this is not going to be completely work safe, but let's dig into the game to see what lies underneath. Senran Kagura Burst offers two games in one, Shinei no Shoujotachi and Guren no Shoujotachi. The story told is the same, but seen from two different angles, the girls from Hanzo Academy and the girls from Hebi Academy. It is not a groundbreaking story, and personality-wise characters follow certain stereotypes found in anime and mangas, but they are all likable and the story is easy to follow even without knowing Japanese. Of course the tale will get lost, but it's not detrimental to the game itself. More problematic might be the various menus and prompts, especially character bias. Mission objectives are simple and only few stray from beating senseless all enemies on screen, with different mission objectives easily recognizable by on-screen counters and stages featuring objects that aren't normally placed as they are.
仲間たちとの思い出だ。どれもいい曲だ。何を調べるんだ？
Senran Kagura is a scrolling beat-em-up with a rather deep combat system. Y and X are the attack buttons, light and heavy respectively. B is used for jumping and double jumping. A is for ground and air dashes. R is used for an area attack that knocks nearby enemies away. And L is for changing outfits, and together with Y and X is used for special attacks. Combos are created with Y and X, and attack types are modified by the D-pad. With the right sequence, enemies are launched sky high. Pressing A will allow to continue the combo in mid-air, which can then be stringed with another air combo and so on. On the ground, A is used for dashing through enemies, damaging everything along the path. Together with R, these are the only two ways to get out of corners, as the game doesn't offer a block button. L changes clothes of the controlled character. When the green bar below the red health bar is filled, it's possible to change the normal clothes for a special outfit through a classic transformation sequence. With one or more segments of the green bar filled, it's possible to perform a special attack with L and Y or L and X. Below the green bar there is a blue bar, representing the status of worn clothes. Getting hit lowers the bar, and after a certain amount of damage, clothes are destroyed, revealing, well, whatever there is under. When normal clothes are destroyed, a swimming suit is revealed. Special outfits reveal their own underwear. It's also possible to ditch normal clothes for a swimming suit at the beginning of each mission. This is not a mere aesthetic change, but also changes how the character behaves. Fighting in a swimming suit grants more speed, higher damage and longer combos, but also much lower defenses. The ability to transform is lost, but it's still possible to perform special attacks. The availability of special attacks is linked to the character's level and story. Everyone starts off with a ground L and Y attack, then an air L and Y attack is acquired around level 15, and the more powerful L and X is story-driven. The air special attack is new to Senran Kagura Burst, and all characters from the first game now have one. I have mentioned levels, but luckily the grinding in Senran Kagura is not excessive. All story missions can be completed with little to no grinding, and the endgame missions require some extra levels, but unlike many other games, clever use of abilities available make possible to beat all missions, and this is one major point that Senran Kagura scores. The last bit of the combat system are two bars shown at the end of each mission. These are the yin and yang styles and are filled by completing missions with normal clothes or a swimming suit. Filling the two bars bring permanent status bonuses to characters and also unlocks a third style, Sen, with even more benefits. This is the only part where real grinding is involved, especially when trying to fill the blue bar, but since it's not necessary to beat the game, it's not a major flaw.
まるで相手にならねえな。柳生前しの任務開始。
Combat is fast and centered around long combos. With the right timing it's possible to string combos of 500 or more hits, and it's fun to do so. Sadly, most enemies behave like lambs to the slaughter. When playing duels against other playable characters, Senran Kagura Burst shines, but again it's brought down by a rather dumb AI. Some endgame missions have severe difficulty spikes where enemies gang up on you, and here you feel that the game is a bit unfair. But practice makes perfection, and nothing boils down to a simple level or stat grinding. It's also worth mentioning that levels are gained fast, and with almost every level comes something new. Combos get longer and more complex, giving each of the playable character their own distinct feeling and playstyle. This constant progression that goes well beyond the nice stats is one of Senran Kagura's best points, and by the end of the game combos will be radically different from the start. In the beginning it might be easy to dismiss Senran Kagura as a game which only selling points are destructible clothes, but give it a few missions and it will reveal itself in all of its glory. Each side have 70 missions and 5 playable characters. Factor secret characters and that all characters have 3 different modes and you end up with a lot of content. Of course, there isn't much variety in mission types, background or enemies, and the AI could have been used to tune up, but it's easy to forget all these drawbacks while stringing combos. Simply put, Senran Kagura is fun. It will be able to stand even without destructible clothes, and this is essentially all that matters. The result is that Senran Kagura is a good game, and I really hope it gets ported to North America and Europe. And now the technical side. Graphics are colorful and extremely well done. The game only loses a few frames here and there during special attacks or clothes sequences, with the action always going as smooth as possible. I think that the game goes around at 60 frames per second when playing missions, and the frames drop when stereoscopic 3D is used, so it's more of a limitation of the system rather than the game's fault. Playable characters of course receive the highest amount of detail, and some of the standard enemies show elaborate models and textures, but levels could have been used more variety, especially in their layouts. Some of them will always be laid out in the same way, whenever playing with Hanzo or Abby girls. Backgrounds are clean and easily readable, but a bit monotone. Some of them are really beautiful though. Audio presentation is one other strong aspect of the game. BGMs vary from calm and soothing to strong and vibrant, and despite having them almost muted during missions, they really come out during dialogues. Voices are excellent, there is nothing much to say here. Scenes before and after missions are fully voiced, and despite the constant chatter they don't get boring, and that alone is a feat. stereoscopic 3D is present throughout the game except during missions. It pops out when clothes are destroyed or during special attacks. In these instances, things really pop out of the screen in an almost violent way. Shinei no Shoujotachi has been revamped to take advantage of 3D support throughout the game, but unfortunately when things are too near the observer they still get hard to see, but this is probably a very subjective matter. Stereoscopic 3D is also available in the dressing room, as well as microphone controls. There is a lot of peculiar outfits available, as well as accessories, and again, there seems to be no end to them. There is a lot to unlock and the game is fun to play, so nothing feels forced on the player. Just a quick note on jiggling. Oh yes, there is a lot of jiggling, almost too much. But I guess this adds its charm too. On a final note, Shinei no Shoujotachi not only received 3D support and new special attacks, but mechanics have been refined, missions rebalanced and bugs fixed. So, Senran Kagura Burst is a game worth having because it's a good game, and I can't stress this enough. Mechanics are complex, it's fun to play, characters are likable, and there is a lot of content. Sure, it has its downsides, but they don't stop the game from being an excellent addition in the 3DS lineup. I know that I'll probably be asked which is the best game between this and Code of Princess, and if time allows I'll do a video on this, but I'll let you know that I prefer Senran Kagura Burst. Thanks for watching, Briareos Karensky, over and out.